We're back here at American Center in St. Louis, Missouri at the 135th Knights of Columbus Supreme Convention. And joining me at the desk is Ryan Lister, who is the General Agent in charge of St. Louis. And thank you so much for being with us, Ryan.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Maybe if you could start off by talking about hosting the Supreme Convention right here in your home state.
We're very excited about it. You know, Missouri for a long time has been an elite jurisdiction within the Knights of Columbus, so it's a tremendous honor for us to be able to host such a tremendous convention for a wonderful organization here in the great city of St. Louis.
Excellent. Maybe if you could talk to us about your job as a general agent. What are your specific duties and how you sort of manage the other agents?
Okay. So as a general agent, I work for the insurance side of the organization. So I monitor, hire, train, work with the agents in the local communities. Each of our agents is assigned to local councils within the area, and I help oversee those agents, work with them on cases they might need help with, work on their training, their development, and then also work with the community relationships within the diocese itself.
Okay. And you had a interesting story. I was talking to you a little bit beforehand too, but you sort of grew up in the Knights. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was born and bred into the organization. My dad was actually a convert, so one of the strongest Catholics out there. So I came up in the Squires organization, which was the Young Adult Knights of Columbus program. So when I turned 18, it was a natural progression that I became a member of the organization. You flash forward a little bit, and went and got my MBA. I actually owned another insurance company, or owned an insurance agency, and an opportunity to come and work for the Knights got created. So I was able to take kind of my history, within the organization, take my Catholic faith, my morals, my ethics, and put them together with the business acumen to work for the insurance side of the organization. So it's been a pretty nice marriage.
Yeah. And maybe if we could get into some specifics on the insurance too. And you mentioned moral, ethical, Catholic. Talk about that and how it's intertwined with the insurance.
Okay. Well, I think first of all you have to kind of understand where we came from. With any story, it starts at the beginning. So we were founded by a Catholic priest who lost his own father at a very early age, and was very aware of what loss could do to a family. So when Father McGivney founded the organization, it was a very real need of Catholic families to have some protection in the event of the loss of a breadwinner. So when the Knights of Columbus was founded, it was founded for a brother to take care of a brother in the event that one of us wasn't here anymore. So to understand how we've evolved over time, we are one of the highest rated insurers in North America for longer than I've been alive. One of our proudest accomplishments. So recently, Ethisphere is an ethical rating organization. We've been rated the world's most ethical insurance company 4 years in a row now. It's quite remarkable.
Yeah.
So even for myself as a consumer, to be able to work with an organization that's steeped in Catholic values, that meshes with the things that I believe in and that are important to myself and my family, to work with an organization that has ethical regard for my protections, as well as the financial strength and security to take care of those very same pieces, so that my wife and I are expecting our third child. She's due in 2 days. And it's nice to know that if God forbid something were to happen, that the Knights of Columbus has a protection and force on my family that will be okay. Yeah. So it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and talk about having that security, that insurance, and being able to use some of the funds there for all the charitable work that the Knights are
it's
doing.
Tremendous. We have some wonderful councils that do some truly amazing things, but I think one of the things that's remarkable about our organization from the insurance side of things is that many of our large-scale local, national, and international contributions, our charitable efforts, are made possible because of the proceeds of the insurance program. Yeah. So when a Catholic family chooses to do their business with a Catholic organization like the Knights of Columbus, your dollars go to things that matter to you. Yeah. So when the Knights of Columbus needs to step up in a big way, it's nice to know they have the backbone of the insurance company to make those donations possible.
Yeah. If a gentleman joins the Knights of Columbus too, what's the procedure? How would they go about? How's that all work in terms of?
Well, it's actually quite interesting. So one of the things we believe very heavily in is every member should have an agent to call their own. So every council actually has a personally assigned field agent. So when a new member comes into the council, Ryan or Dylan or Bob is the only agent that will be able to take care of that council. So they always know who they're working with. So every time we do get a new member into the organization, we go out and we do kind of a welcoming meeting, if you will. We just kind of come out and introduce them to the history of the organization, much like we've discussed this afternoon, kind of what the organization's been involved in over the last 10, 15 years, and then what opportunities or benefits would exist to them or are available to them as a member and to their families. And if at that point a brother and I would like to take advantage of it, we get that taken care of.
For you personally, what's it like for you to be able to bring a Knight in and sort of show him what he can have in the insurance and being able to tell him, this is where your money's going. This is ethical. This is Muro. This is Catholic.
Yeah. Honestly, it's very special. One of the things that you'll find with our agents, and I believe Mr. Anderson mentioned it yesterday, is many of us will tell you it's a vocation. I certainly don't have a job. Very few of us consider it a career, but we have a vocation to serve our families. So I'll say it's much like having kids. You get to show them all these new wonderful things, and it's a very exciting thing to be able to share with folks. But honestly, we see so many Brother Knights. Well, that just can't be real.
Yeah.
I know. So we got to go through. We got to show them the brochures. Okay, no, it's 100% legitimate. We are as remarkable as we've told you.
Yeah.
So it's great to be able to share it with somebody that hasn't heard it before.
That's excellent. Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for being with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me, Kevin. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of our continuing coverage of the 135th Knights of Columbus Supreme Convention right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks. That was great. Thanks, Ryan.